All right, so today I am going to be going over how to build a quote sheet and basically the different formats that you can do this. They've got several different ways. You can use Google Sheets, Google Docs. There's some pliers like Vax that does that. And you can also use email as well. So I'm going to start by showing you guys an example of my quote form that I use. I created a base or an original quote form, and then I just make copies of it to save time. So as you can see, I have, the numbers, the resorts, all this information, a little bit about the room that they get. I do give them three quotes. Some people only give them two and some give them one. It's really up to you. This is your business, so you get to decide how you want to do your quotes. I name mine to let me know what it is. For this client, I did take their name and information off for privacy, but she had me do a few different quotes because there's a few places that she did want to go. So I named it to make sure that I knew exactly which quote I was working on. I've actually changed these tabs to details now, but what this is just a tab that gets each of the different hotel information or resorts. So you've got, pictures of these are bungalows over the water. You got amenities that the resort offers. You got checkout information. You got a breakdown of the price. You got links, and you also got the price of this resort as well. And then I did this, of course, for each one. And then I always put travel insurance, whether they want it or not. If they don't want it or they do, she did, but I'll usually put up in here, included in total price or not included in total price so that they know. There's two different ones here because I had the same property for two different suppliers because one offered pay at property and one-time payment and the other offered monthly payments. And then I also do this thing where I can set them up an itinerary, sorry. And this is where I find things for them to do on their vacations. I put all this information on here for them. And then in this last column, they get to enter in the day and the time that they want to be scheduled to do that. And then I will go and I will build a calendar based on if it's a daily, weekly, bi-weekly, whatever their, vacation is. So that's an example of one of mine. Let's go to my spreadsheet. So this is the one that I have, and I just make copies of it. So as you can see, it's just basically set up ready for me to enter in my information. And I kind of have little, notes of things that I need to put on there. And I do have flights on this one in rental car. And then what you do is you just have to go up here and all you have to do is make a copy, name it, and then it pops up. And you've got one ready to go for each quote. So you save time and you don't have to build one every time. It's ready to go. And then you can delete and edit the tabs as you go as well. So let's build one. And there's two ways to build one on Sheets. So you can start from a completely blank sheet. This gives you the control of, deleting the rows and columns as you want. How I did it, however, is I came over to the templates over here in the gallery and I went to the invoice template. And I started with this one because you can change it. You put your company name, and then I would put my phone number. Email address. And then I put my website. Well, my page that has all my links with my website on it. If I can spell, hold on. And then you want to put a logo. I go ahead and put my logo on top of this cells because it's easier to manipulate it and get it to look how you want it that way. Let me find one of my logos. And then I get to make it as big as I want, and I can also move it around. Whereas if you put it in the cell, it's stuck to the size of that cell and you can't move it around as easily. So that's why I like to, kind of put it over it and kind of manipulate it how I want it on there. Okay. I would go ahead and leave the invoice number and the date. And then take all these out because you don't need all this information. And then, of course, you want the client's number and email is what I put on mine. If you want to put their address, you can. Like I said, it's all up to you. I usually put number of travelers and the location they're going. And of course, change this to quote. And here, of course, you would put, whatever our quote's going to be. And we'll kind of upload this a little bit more once we get a little further into the training. This right here is really neat. It's a set format to where it will add all of the rows and columns that you put in it. So that's pretty neat. I'll kind of show you that in just a minute, how that works. Clean this up just a little bit. All right. Take these out. All right. So if you come up here, it's equal sum with parentheses, and then you just put in whichever of the column and row you want. So you'll start with the row, and we're doing G, and then it's columns 19, 20, 21, and 24. I don't see 23, but go ahead and put G23. Oh, okay, I see where it's at. And 24. And then you hit that. And what this will do is all the ones that you put in here, it will automatically add it for you, which is a really neat, great aspect. So let's say it's like, for example, 50. Well, if it'll work, hold on. $50. And 70. Let's just do that for now. But so it automatically resets it for you. And then let's just kind of fix this just a little bit right here too. And this is kind of a neat way to like move your borders around and kind of, get it the way you want it. And that's, I mean, it's your business. So you'll figure out the best way to do your invoices that you like. Alrighty. So there we go. It's halfway set up. The next step would be to fill it out. And we're going to go and do that. And let's do VAX. Or let's do Expedia and then we'll do Vax for the next one. So I can kind of show you because Vax does their own quotes for you. And there's ones that you can pay as well, like Travelfly. That will do them. Maybe. Hmm. Try this one more time. If not, I've already got Vax pulled up. We can switch to Vax. Maybe I can sign in with my other one. Okay, well, to save time, let's just go over to Vax and we'll just choose Vax. Okay, so where do we want to go, guys? Put in the chat a place that we can go. Anyone have any ideas? All right, let's use Bora Bora. Type it in. We're gonna keep it simple, do 2 adults. Let's do 6 nights and go ahead and put the travel protection in. I always get the price with the travel protection first, so that way I can get all that information and put it in my quote sheet. All right. So let's look for one. We're just gonna go ahead and go with the Hotel Royal, Bora Bora. And this is the room that it's already picked for us, but we can also go down and look at all the rooms as well and pick from our rooms that they have. Looks like that might be the only one available for the dates that we put in. So select the room. All right. So then over here, we have all the information that we're going to want to put in our quote. Well, not all of it, but the basis of it. So I will copy and paste this right here. And I always start with my detail tabs and then go from there. That way I can build the main front page quote afterwards. You're gonna have to play around, kind of make it look nicer too with them as well, because they don't always copy right over. For sure. And then do this right here. And then we can also you can make them bigger, or you can also, what I was saying is you could also do the wrap text as well, and it will drop it down and make it bigger for you. And then I like to box this one, so you can go over here and put an outer border on it. Then let's go back and grab some more information. These over by amenities. And then I always like if there's this option to include that so that they know there is an option for it. And it don't look like much now. I kind of just post wherever, and then that way I have all my information. I can kind of make it, look more um, professional and attractive and not so cluttered. This thing makes it hard. Okay, next. Okay, then what you want to do is you're going to want to get pictures and information on like what kind of amenities the resort or hotel offers. So I kind of read through here. Sorry, what is it? I kind of read through here and kind of see what, would be stick out to my client. If there's some things that like all of them post, I might not put that in there, but like the complimentary breakfast, the complimentary cocktails, those are really good to enter in because I mean, who wouldn't like complimentary drinks and breakfast? So we put those under the amenities section. And that is And then it's not a whole lot here that they offer. It looks like they might offer some weddings. So if it is a wedding, um oh, they want you to call. Okay. So this one doesn't have over a whole lot, but some of them offer a lot more amenities than that. Some will have restaurants, activities, stuff like that. That's some of the things that you would put on your quote so that your client gets all the information they need and they can make the right decision for themselves. And like I said, I kind of go through here and kind of, read what's going on, what more information I can put on here. So they do have a time for their breakfast, so that's something you're going to want to include. And then we also, which I didn't grab yet, we're going to want to put the checkout and check-in time as well. Let's see if it's on here. And then there's no cancellation fee. That's a good feature to put as well. Okay, see if we check out if it gives us more information. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so see how there's a hotel advisors. You definitely want to read through this and see if there's anything special that you need to put in there. Like, there's a checkout instruction. So it does not offer after hours. So that's something you definitely want to put in there so that they know. And then that they have to contact the property at least 24 hours before arrival. So you want to gather, information like that that the client's going to need to know about the hotel. Let's see. And then we'll copy and paste the travel information in a minute as well. Looks like there's nothing really about checkout. Check in, but not check out. Okay. And then we'll come back and get the information about the cancellation. And then we'll do our pictures after we kind of make it look a little bit nicer. Okay. All right. So with Vax, you want to click on the hotel and go to the pictures. Some of them work, some of them don't. It's same with Expedia. Um, I think it's the web files that are the ones that don't work. And you want to make sure that if you're quoting a room with a king size bed, that you make sure to get the room with the king size bed because you don't want to false advertise. So we'll kind of gather just a few quick photos. I do 3 to 4. See, I think it's those that don't. We'll see. Save. And then let's go through here and see what else they got real quick. All right. And then let's just grab one more real quick. Um, okay, and then we go back to our quote sheet. And then insert it again. You want to do it, the image over the cells. That way you can manipulate the size and place. Right. See if it works. Oh, it didn't work. Hold on. Let's try another one. No. Yeah, I wish I could get into Expedia. There's usually work more. Some vendors let you use their photos and some don't. I always have a problem with fax. None of them worked. All right, let me see if I can. Yeah, I can't save it as another file. Let's see if I can copy and paste, and if not, then I'll just use some other examples of photos to show you guys how I do it. Ah, there we go. So, of course, it's huge, so let's shrink it down. Let's move it up here. And I like to get my photos in place and then move all my information around. Just a bit bigger. Okay, let's go back to Vex. And I'm only going to do 2 pictures to save time because I still want to show you how to build a quote on Google Docs and Vex as well. And those can go hand in hand. And so can Google Sheets of Vex as well. All right, so there's that. And then we're going to want to move this whole thing together. So we can put this down here. Looks like I left some out. And I mean, I sit here and play with it for a little while and get it, looking exactly how I want it. Let's pop these all in together real quick. Let's do that. There we go. And bring it up here. Move them around how you want. Cancellation fees. We got that. Got that. Check-in time. Make sure to turn this over and what we could do. is merge those together. Oh, okay. We'll just do this and make it bigger. And that way it has the information it needs. And then they didn't have much because they are, kind of an island. So amenities, there's cocktails and breakfast. And then cancellation, we want to move over here. Let's move this down here actually and put this here. And then, like I said, you can manipulate the cells however you want. And I'll put that up there with amenities. And then I like to also box in my amenities. So all right, let's see. All right, let's move this up a little bit. Looks like I lost part of it though. There we go. Like I said, just fiddle with it till you get it looking how you want it to look. And that's what's good about having the original that you can make copies of because you've already got the foundation and it leaves you time to be able to mess with it and get this how you want it to look. There we go. All right. And then if you want, you can go ahead and delete these. Make it a little bit shorter. And there you have your first quote. Once this is set up, hold on, we got to put the name of the resort. And then it says it's 3+ apples, so that's basically 3+ stars. So I'm going to put that on there as well. So now, and then did that, and as well as the final price. Make it look nice. All right, and then you have your first quote detail sheet. And then what I do from here is I take a little bit of this information and I put it in my invoice. So I would do 1, and I would put the price, the name, and a lot of people will say not to put the name and all this information. I'm even going to add, like, I usually add the hotel link as well. I'll search them and put it. They say not to add all this because a lot of people will go and book this stuff themselves. But I do charge a fee. So if they don't book with me, I still get paid. So if they want me to go through all this form and then go book themselves, they still have to pay me for my time. So that's why I go ahead and give all the information I can because with me booking a travel, I want all the information I can get. So I like to give my clients the same. And then we will copy and paste the name. And like I said, you would decide if you're going to do one place, 2 or 3 quotes. That's all up to you. And then, like I say, if this one's not in here, if you're not doing the flights, you can just go here and delete it. And if you are, you already have it set up. Same for itinerary. If I don't need it, I can just delete it off my copy. And then the travel insurance, I go ahead and I copy all the information they give me on their insurance. So this whole thing, I will, sorry guys. So this right here. So this is the one that is selected. So I will go from here all the way up and copy and paste it onto my wrong one, sorry. My travel insurance tab. And that's whether they're wanting travel insurance or not, because travel insurance is a really good thing to have, especially if you're going for a long time and you're going far away. So I like to include that information. If they're not getting travel insurance and they've said that they didn't want it, I will put, not included in total price. So, or, if it is included, I'll put included in total price. That way that they know what it is, they can get information on it. And then if they change their mind, some suppliers let you add it on later. And then there's also 10 leg that you can use. So that's how I set up my quote sheets using Vax or Expedia is the same way. Vax allows you to email a quote form that they make. So you go down, that was a little fast. Let me go back over. So you go down over here to email, print itinerary, and this gives you a basic quote sheet that you can use. I would not email this to my client because it's going to advertise, Apple Vacations or whichever supplier that you're going to be booking under. So I would definitely email it to yourself or copy and paste it. So you can preview it. This is what it would look like in your email. It has all this great information. So let's go ahead and email it. Want my email. There it is. So you see how it's advertising Apple Vacations. You won't be able to brand your business at all with this. Plus, it kind of gives out a little bit of your information, your agent information and stuff. So what you want to do is I start with the current terms and condition links because of course they're going to need that. And then just go all the way down and copy and paste it. And then you can do it as an email. And it'll be set up like this. And then you can go in and at the top, put in, thank you for trusting Watkins Escapes. Your travel needs. Or you can put hi, here is your quote from Watkins Escape. And then in the subject, I would put quotes or see Bora Bora quote. Something that will let them know what it is. I would definitely not send this without having them on a phone because a lot of times I've lost clients because I've just sent them the quote sheet and I didn't get them on the phone and talk to them over it and get the sell right then. I've had people take weeks to book because I didn't get them on the phone and then the price has changed. So it's really a good idea to get them on the phone when you've got the quote set up, even if it's just for 5-10 minutes, and just to go over it with them. You can also copy and paste this and you can do the doc let's get a new one here. Google Doc. And then you can insert your pictures on here. You can change it up how you want. Like I would delete these. Kind of, make it how you want it. And it's already set up for you. And then insert image, upload from computer. Let's see if any of these will work. Where am I? Nope, it's not gonna work. So we would have to copy and paste our pictures again. So let me go over here and just grab a picture real quick so we can just put one on there. But I would put at least, one or two, I would put 2 or 3 pictures. That way they can really get a look at, what is the possible hotel or resort that they're booking with. Yeah, it won't let me copy and paste it. Yeah, I did. Awesome. So, and then you can make it bigger, smaller, move it a little bit. And you can send this to your client like this, or the sheets, or the email. There's just so many different ways. Like I said, there's also Travelify. They make quotes and a bunch of other stuff for you. It is something you have to pay for. These are free ways. And then to send the quotes, it's the same way on Sheets and Docs. So you will come down here and you can copy link. And then this link, you can email it to them or you can text them it. They do have these apps for your phone, Form, Sheet, and Docs. They're separate apps. And then you always want to make sure that you go in here and that you share it, especially with the sheets, because it will give them, let me show you on that one. Because this will give you them access. So it's restricted. So you can change it to anyone with a link, or you can send that link to them and then you can put their email in it. And this will allow them access. So that's kind of how I do my quotes. Like I said, I make a copy of my original and then I fill out the copy because it's already made for you. You want to make sure to have like a little, disclaimer that, they can change, especially if they don't book within 24 hours. With the rental car and flights, I don't add pictures because there's really not pictures you can get of the flights and rental cars, but I do add in layaway information, how long it's going to be, where their stops at. I do their departure times, as well as their landing times. Just like I said, any information that you would want to know if you were a client booking, uh, trying to get quotes for your vacation. So I'm just going to check the chats real quick. All right. So you guys, what you need to do before you build your quote is figure out which format is best for you. Do you like the sheets? Do you like the documents? Do you want to go and try out Travelify? It's really up to you guys. And then the email too. I don't really know a whole lot of people that use the email. Most people use the docs or the sheets that I know. But there's so many tools at your guys' disposal, and this is your business. So you want to make sure you're branding your business the way you want and building it up the way you want. So if anybody Has any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat and I will go over them. You guys have a great night and thanks for joining me.